The magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. That hidden spark that you are looking for is basically in the work you are avoiding. This big change or revolt in your life is in the work that you have avoided. But the other side of the equation says that two of the different sides, when attached together, build something that's incomparable to anything. So there's one side that says that if you want to achieve big things, you need to do the different things. You need to do some things that are actually going to make you that next level of thing that you want to be. But on the other side, it's also said that you need to be together. There's a journey of bros, there's a journey of brothers, and there's a journey of opposites, like how a villain and a hero goes in together in one movie to make a movie very exceptional. And here, it says that you have to do it all alone. And it's not just about doing it alone. For example, this is a very big thing when it comes to businesses. If you are the extrovert guy, then you find someone who's introvert as your partner. And the reason why you are doing this in general is so that you can look for the sales and he can look at the finance numbers, or he can go beyond more artistic stuff like content creation, different stuff. Okay, the nerdy stuff. He can do the nerdy stuff and you can do the outreaching. You can do all the cold calling stuff, right? So basically, you always try to match the opposite. But what this thing says is the magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. So basically, whatever this quote is saying is an extrovert has to have that introvert capabilities in order to be that next thing. And somewhat this particular statement also proves right in many statements of life. Okay. This thing that basically I'm looking for confidence. Let me just pick a very basic statement. Tomorrow my teacher asks me a question. Or tomorrow I'm going to sit in a presentation. Or tomorrow is my exams and whatever stuff. Okay, and I'm looking for a confidence boost. I want that privilege to be given to me in front of the entire class, or in general, I want to be the best in my class. So, my class has 100 students. Okay, now that's a different story. My class has 100 students and I want to be the first, the top one, okay, in the class. Now, tomorrow is a viva, tomorrow is a test, for example, tomorrow is an exam or something like that. Or tomorrow maybe you have a presentation in your office, tomorrow you are going to cold email your first big client, okay, whatever the stuff is, you're going to do that tomorrow, okay. This is you are trying to be the top guy, okay, now. But if I just go sit in the exam and I just try to give the exam without any prior preparation, without putting in that work, guess what? I'm going to fail this exam. I'm going to be a total failure in this exam. And not just exam. After this happens, my confidence will go even below par, or whatever this new generations call, my aura will be negative. And to avoid this, basically, if I want confidence in my life, if I want to be that big guy in the class, I want to be that alpha male in the class, what do I have to do? If tomorrow is a test, I have to beat those 100 students. I have to read so much. I have to be very clear with my concepts. Okay, I have to be knowing all the questions, that probability of what teacher might ask. In presentation, you have to be very clear about the stuff you're going to show. You have to be very clear about what you're going to speak. You have to be very clear about who's coming, what are they knowledgeable in, what's their expertise, what's your expertise, and what are you presenting on a table. So when you're clear with all of your stuff, before entering the room, if for example this room is talking about all the political stuff, and last night you just spent day and night, okay, last night you spent the entire night working on this single topic about learning these particular things about politics, you learned about different political statements given, you learned about different political leaders who have been there, who have done bad shit, who have done good shit, and how they have affected the nation. You did all this research. And tomorrow when you're going to sit in that debate, when you're going to sit on that round table where everybody's going to talk, you'll be the best guy. Why? Because you have put in the work that make you different than the others. And so, for example, if I'm trying to find a magic called as God, give me this confidence boost. I cannot live like this unconfident or a negative kid. So please, God, give me some confidence. Okay? When God says, you don't want to work, then how the hell am I going to give you confidence? Confidence is basically, I'll try to cover it bigger in the next video. But confidence basically is, it's your expectations. It's your expectations, expectation, okay, from a particular thing. So from, for example, tomorrow I'm going to nail my exam, I'm going to nail my exam, and when the result is not closely related to your expectations. Okay, so you set this goal for yourself and you even give yourself a time period. And when the time comes to actually show the result, you have nothing to earn. You're not even close to expectations. And even like you might hide it from the world, you might hide it from me, you might hide it from yourself, but you might hide it from the people around you, your neighbors, your parents, everything. Will never be to hide it from yourself internally. You will feel that self-confidence demeaning. No human is so mentally strong that even after losing all of his expectations, he can just stand up again tomorrow, he can just work hard. That's the eventual goal, right? But it takes a human some time to get through that transition phase and get back again. Stand up all again to fight this world, to embrace this world. And so in general, the confidence is literally the meaning of your expectations not reaching your results, and that creates a certain kind of emotional barrier in your thinking process and kind of takes you in this smaller position in your head. Okay, you consider yourself inferior, and this doesn't happen in one day. You don't fail one exam and you suddenly are the lowest guy. It happens over years, it happens over time. Okay, and so if you want confidence, you have been begging to God that God give you confidence. What does God say? Next time, when you go in that expectation zone, okay, when you expect something, be ready to work hard. And it's not just about working hours. Okay, I worked 8 hours but nothing happened. No. You might have worked 8 hours, but guess what? You were productive only for 1 hour. How is that possible? 1:8 ratio. Right? You are should. So now you need to be different. When you're just working, it does not mean that you just have to work for hours. It means you have to be productive for hours. Be productive. Actually get the meaning out of that work. As I said, reading is not just going to make you pass your exams. Being clear with your concepts is going to make you pass that exam. And even if you want to go to top, you need to be ready with that probable questions that teacher must ask. Right? And you need to be prepared with whatever these panel of people who are sitting right in front of you going through a presentation will ask. Okay, you should have that probability. Okay, this guy might ask that because he is expertised in that. I have to answer it this way because I am expertised in that. You need to be clear what you are going to do. And doesn't mean that your expectations will always match. Sometimes what life does to you is, sometimes it gives you lower than your expectation. And sometimes it gives you way higher than your expectation. And now the point comes in is we go back to that old point where I have told you guys that dumb people are successful because they don't care about the positive or negative impact of the results that the society is showing. Okay, if you fail that presentation, if no one gives you funding through that presentation or the entire skit you had, okay, or pitch you had, no one gives you the startup funding, then the society around you says that you failed. But guess what? If you say, no, I'm dumb enough, okay, I'm going to go for again. I'm going to go for this another venture investor. I'm going to for this another angel investor. Okay, I'm going to go through this all investors and then I'll see what happens. Okay, dumb guy. He'll do it. He'll make it. So sometimes you really need to work hard, productively, obviously. And you need to keep your expectations in match first time. Don't expect too much. If your college has never scored even better than 90%, you're not going to be the first guy who's going to score 100%. Don't keep unreal expectations. And also, be ready that sometimes Sometimes your expectations won't match, but that doesn't mean your confidence is failing. That doesn't mean you are failing yourself. If, I swear to God, even if you fail the exam, for example, let's take the part of the exam as we are discussing. If you fail the exam, but you read everything, you actually were clear with your concepts. Maybe you also know the probable questions that teacher asked, and those questions were asked. But for some reason, you yesterday decided to eat pizzas, and now your stomach has been showing you the response of eating pizzas, and you are not able to perform in the exam. You're just not able to write anything. Your brain was cluttered. Your brain was entirely focused on that stitching pain that you're having in your stomach. You were not able to focus on that paper. And so were not able to write with that proficiency, with that level of efficiency that teacher needed. And maybe that was the reason why you lost your score here and there, and then eventually you failed. Or maybe even if you didn't fail, you arrived at third position. But guess what? Prior to this, you were failing. Third position is still very good than that. You're no more failure. You have succeeded. Even if you fail again, you went through all of this cycle, and I can show you that if you keep constantly doing this, the world around you would change, the way you see the world would change. And so eventually I would love to say this one thing is, yeah, maybe sometimes in life you will need partners. And yeah, everyone needs partners. Humans are made to build connections, and you really need people who can do the things that sometimes you can't. But it's also a rule of life that if you want some bigger things, you will have to go beyond and above for those bigger things. Life doesn't give you anything just directly in your head. Okay, so if you are looking for that magic, be ready to work equal to that magic. If you want to change your life, work what to take to actually change your life. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen if you go and pray to God, light a candle in front of Him. It doesn't happen that way. It happens this way. Hard way, but this way. And this word is not very simple. It's not just 4 times your displacement. It's so difficult. It takes you this. And straight in horoscopal meaning, that whenever you try to achieve something big, okay, you develop big expectations. It's some planet in the horoscope. But as you develop this big expectation, suddenly this another horoscope planet comes in your life, and it will test you now. It will take you through this entire journey, ups and downs. Are you able to survive through that period? And if you were able to survive that period, you will get that magic. Okay. So, yeah, if you want bigger magic, for example, you need X amount of magic, you will need X amount of work. The magic you are looking for, the big success you are looking for, is really in the work you are avoiding. So go do that work. Go push that extra 2 miles that you are avoiding. Go do that assignment that you were given and you are avoiding. Okay, go prepare for that presentation that you are going to give tomorrow. Just directly appear there, be confident, okay, be overconfident, matter of fact, and just sit there and be the boss, like I know everything. And yeah, I'll talk about more things. I'll talk about confidence in detail in the next one. And that's it. Stay safe, don't trouble your mother, and Sajinat. Bye.